Hey, what's up, my construction entrepreneurs? Tyrone Jones here. As I said before, all my attention is on Mission Viejo, so I'm here again. Got a full crew going here, doing these units. But I wanted to touch bases on, you know, once again, if you don't have your if you're not in the process of getting your license for 2020, why not? You need to get your license. Why you don't have it? There's no reason why. Okay? There's no reasons why. There should be no reason why you can't get your license. You're making money, and if you're not making money, then maybe you even shouldn't get your license, because this is a time where it's everyone is busy. It's easy to be busy. There's people that got 9 to 5s that have overbooked themselves on their side jobs. Okay, that can't even figure out how to even get to those jobs because they have so much work on the side. So if you're not busy at this time, you need to reevaluate what you're actually doing, and you may want to figure out a different path. Okay, but if you are busy, why haven't you gotten your license? Okay, I think on average it takes about 3 to 6 months for a person to actually decide to sign up with a school or submit the application themselves to get their license. 3 to 6 months. I want to say it took me probably about 4 months, right? And then once you sign up for a school, outside of submitting your application yourself, once you sign up for a school, then it takes them another 1 to 3 months just to fill out the application to get the process started. Okay, so it's just a whole lot of wasted time, you know. But once again, I'm part of that statistic. Years ago, I did that too as well. So I know what you're going through. But right now, the reason why you want to focus on getting your license is that, one, the board is going to be doing more stains every year. They're setting up jobs to where, and they're getting smarter at doing it, to where they can catch you doing unlicensed activity, and they can catch existing contractors that have a license doing unlawful activity, right? Illegal activity. So they're trying to catch both. They're just increasing that. Okay, they're just trying to find new ways, posting jobs on Craigslist, posting jobs, calling out contractors from a home advisor, posting jobs on bid clerk. I mean, they're going to the extent now to put in the effort to catch people. What'd you say?
Just gonna go ahead and put 3 to make sure I got enough.
Okay.
Because the
It's
cabinet's 22 half wide, so I don't want to cut it close.
okay. I totally forgot about the measurement too. It's one of my main guys there putting in some cabinets here. Anyway, so they're just going to increase it and get smarter over time. And then the second thing that they're doing is that they're making it strict to get your license. Now there's not different requirements, but they're not accepting the same type of requirements or experiences, right? They're not allowing it to fall into these different slots or different scenarios. Now they're only narrowing the scenarios on how you can get your experience, how you can list your experience, the companies that you can use, what type of companies that you can get your experience through to get your license. So it's making it a little bit more difficult, and it kind of bottlenecking that process a little bit. So you want to definitely, jump ahead of this and get your license and stop waiting, especially if you already call yourself a tradesman. And I don't want to hear this talking about, I don't have the money. Okay. Most of us that's thinking about getting a license, we already know how much it costs. Okay. On average, the cost for the school is anywhere from I think you can get courses, home study courses from 400 to in-class courses up to 1,200. Okay, it can range depending on what school you select to go to. Okay, you call the school and ask them how much their price is. Bam, you got the price. That's it, done. Okay, then you have to pay to the state board. Okay, it's about 1,100 bucks, 1,200 bucks that you have to pay to the state board. You're done with that. Okay, and all that payment is not at once. But you got to understand this. Someone was like, "Well, I don't have that money." Well, no. For building into ourselves and building into our future, you have it. You just may have to sacrifice in some areas. Okay. Um, I remember when I fell off months ago. I fell off and I was building things back up, and now I'm, doing okay, and it's looking pretty good. Still got a lot of building to do because I fell off with those, health things in my family and things like that, going through what my wife was going through. Fell off. Well, during that time when I um, bought different things to get back up, where I was investing in different things, I had to sacrifice. Okay, I had to take away from the things I had to pay. So I called it debt management, right? So I had things that was pressing that I had to pay versus things I need to invest in to gain more income to be able to pay the things that I have on debt, right? So I had to take away, right, to buy more time to put toward what I needed to invest in so I can get that additional money so I can put toward whatever I owe. And that's a different pressure, whole different video, but I had to do debt management and sacrifice, right, to be able to pay that. Okay. Now, sometimes the sacrifice is no risk, low risk, and high risk, right? Most of my sacrifices during that time was little risk. Okay, it was medium risk, okay, or no risk. And the reason why I say it was no risk because I knew what income I had coming in. So let's give an example. Say my mortgage is due, right? My mortgage is 2,500 bucks a month, right? I could take half of my mortgage, which is 1,200, and I can put that 1,200 toward an investment because I know that, before the next mortgage payment is due, I can take a hit on the late fee of 200. I don't know how much is late fee. I haven't paid late yet, but let's say the late fee is $70. Right? So let's say I pay half of the mortgage. So now I'm gonna have a late fee of $70. So I know that I got money coming in on the 20th, right? Now, is that a high risk? Is that a no risk, low risk, or high risk? Well, it depends on who's paying you and what type of relationship you have with them on whether you will receive that money on time. Well, I know I'm going to receive that money on time. I know that's locked in place, so there's no risk for me, right? So I take half that money, put toward that. I make that money back, right? After I'm gonna get that money back the next month, right? But I know on the 20th I got this check coming in. So on the 20th, once that check comes in, I take that money and I put that back toward the mortgage. So I had to make certain sacrifices. That was just an example, right? Where we can find money, but we have to realize that we have to sacrifice and realize the risk, right, with the sacrifice, and then make the move. Okay. We always have money. We're always making money. We always find a way to make money. We're surviving. Things always get paid somehow, some way. So you can make it happen. I'm not saying don't pay your mortgage. I'm not saying don't pay your cell phone. I'm not saying don't pay. I'm saying figure out a way to handle your debt management. Okay. Figure out a way so you can reallocate funds based on the funds that you have coming in. And then you categorize that based on the risk. Okay. Once you base it on the risk, then you say, hey, what if it's yeah or nay? What if it's, sensible for me to do this, or if it's not? And you decide. And you go out and get your contractor's license, or you go out and go do another job to be able to get that money to be able to pay for your contractor's license. Okay. So that's one way you can get this money. Okay. Just realizing how to, damn, I'm drawing a blank here. Just realizing where to take the risk at and where to take the sacrifice at. And you can make it happen. Another way you can possibly get funds for your contractor's license if you really say you don't have no money is maybe this year, instead of maybe you and your husband, you and your wife, hold on here. Hold on. Okay, so that was the wife. She's actually going through a going through. she's looking to get into something that she really has a passion for. So it's a big day for her. So anyway, so basically chatting with your husband, your spouse, your wife, and getting together and maybe saying for this holiday we don't buy each other anything, and we take the money that we was going to spend on each other. We don't give each other anything. We put that toward this contractor's license that I want to get, that that I always wanted to get, and we make that sacrifice there. Okay, you can do that. It's perfect time for it. You can also do it to where um, um, instead of getting gifts from everyone around you, right? You know that a lot of family members are going to buy you a gift maybe for $20. Instead of them getting you that gift, maybe you tell them to give you cash, right? And then that cash would, you let them know, hey, this cash that you give me, I don't want you to give me a gift, give me cash. And that cash is going to fund my contractor's license. Now, a lot of us are afraid to do all that because it puts everyone else on alert that we're now out to go get something. Now there's a different goal, there's different destination. And if you kind of feel in the back of your head that you won't follow through, or you don't have the confidence that you will follow through, or you're not the person to follow through, then now you're hesitant on that because you know that they're going to judge you, because you know that you're not going to follow through with what you're supposed to be doing, you know. If you got that and you think about that, then you just need to make sure you commit to this. You just go in full commitment, go in for full sacrifice, adjust the risk, understand it, and then move forward and just let it happen. And sometimes if you don't get things done in that month, then get it done the next month, but make sure you get it done. This is your livelihood. This is what you need to do. This is how you set yourself to the next level. Go get your license. There's so many scenarios where the money, I don't think, is never a big problem if you're a tradesman and you're out here working by yourself, on your own, unlicensed. Money is never an issue. Money is always tight. Money is always going to be tight. No matter if you get the high, the low, the medium, the more expenses you get, the more people you hire, it's always money at the core of it. And you figuring out where this going to go, where that's going to go. Okay. So make a move. Make a move and get your license. I don't care if you don't go through my school. Go through any school. Get out there and get your license. I'm going to let you go with that. Remember, hustle hard, then hustle harder. Like,